everyone, I'm Steve Pashley and I'm just going to take a few minutes to explain to you how open space works. Incidentally, if you're feeling a bit nervous about sitting like this in a circle and it's a bit of an unusual experience, then please don't worry. We're going to be spending most of the time in small groups exploring questions and issues that matter most to you. So we're all here because we've had an invitation to come together to address a broad theme that we all care about, and that theme is creating great new ideas for research and finding ways to attract funding for it. Just a few words before we get started on open space, its history and how it works. It started off in the 80s from a bunch of people who realised that going to conferences and watching people deliver PowerPoint presentations wasn't a particularly liberating experience. And the thing they enjoyed most about those conferences was actually the coffee breaks, because there you could get up, you go meet people that you haven't seen for a while, and you could talk about the work interests that you shared together without the structure getting in the way. So they developed open space essentially as one extended coffee break. The other thing to say about open space is that there's no one in charge here. Collectively we share responsibility for the success of the event, and collectively we share responsibility for generating some great topics to talk about in sessions today. In terms of how open space is, there are 4 parts to it. The first is the agenda creation process, and that's why you've got these bits of paper and pens in front of you. So once I finish explaining the process, I want you to go and find a bit of paper and a pen, put your name on it, and write down a topic or a question that you want to invite people to come and explore with you today. When you've filled in the bit of paper, just stand in the middle of the circle. You will definitely get the attention of the community, I guarantee you, and just take 20 seconds to introduce yourself and to say what it is you're inviting people to come and explore in your session. Once you've done that, take the bit of paper onto the agenda wall that you can see over there and go and put it in one of the slots that are available. That essentially schedules your session, so you're in the game. Come back into the circle, and if you want to raise another issue as part of the agenda creation, then carry on. But essentially we run this process until we run out of ideas. That's the first part. The second part of open space we call a marketplace, and that's really just a chance for you to stretch your legs and go and have a look at what's on offer. What are the sessions that are being generated and when are they scheduled? Just go and have a look, get yourself orientated to the day, to our agenda that we've created. It's also an opportunity for the people that raise those sessions to just talk to other people that raise them, to say, are we happy with the phrasing of this? Are we happy that yours is before mine? Would it make sense if we put them together? So a bit of boxing and coxing can go on in that 10-minute period, and that's the marketplace. The third part of open space is really the main bit, and that's where the bulk of the time is as well, and that's just people participating in small group sessions, exploring the stuff that matters most to us. And so typically in an open space event, the sessions take up 2/3 of the time. The final part of open space, once all the sessions are finished, is a closing ceremony. We all come back together into a circle like this one, and it gives everyone has an opportunity for 20 seconds or so to say something to the rest of the community. Sometimes it's about the day itself and how it went. Sometimes it's about ideas for keeping momentum going afterwards. Sometimes it's about something that was talked about in a session that they want everybody to know about. So it's just an opportunity to have your say and for everybody to hear you. There's some roles and rules about open space. I'll just quickly run through those. First role is convener. If you fill in a bit of paper and schedule a session, that makes you a convener. 3 or 4 things: turn up on time in the right place, kick it off with a 20-second contribution about why you've raised it and why you think it's important, and make sure that you or someone else fills in a report form from the event and puts it on the feedback wall. You can see the feedback wall over here, and as the day goes on, all the sessions will get reported on and put on the wall, so as time goes on you can go and see everything that's being talked about, even if you didn't participate in it. Second role is bumblebee. No doubt in a group like this there'll be lots of people who are really enthusiastic about lots of the sessions that are raised and really want to go to everything. That's fine. If you really feel like that, just be a bumblebee and buzz around, cross-pollinating ideas in multiple sessions. No one's going to stop you do that. In fact, we encourage you to do it. Third role is that of a butterfly. Butterflies are less energetic than bumblebees. They don't really want to go to any sessions. They flutter around on the periphery. That's fine too. They're also smarter than bumblebees. What they do is they intercept the bumblebees as they rush around and find out what's going on anyway. In terms of rules, 3 rules. When it's over, it's over. This means that if you're having a really great conversation in a session, making great progress, and you don't want to stop at the appointed time, no one's going to make you. Just carry on. All you'll need to do is just find a different space to continue the conversation in. The converse also applies. If you go to a session, you have a conversation for 20 minutes, have some great conversation, but then run out of steam, just stop. Use your time wisely. Get up and go and join something else. Second rule, whatever happens is the only thing that could have happened. This is just a little rule to remind people that even though you think you know what the answer ought to be, there are other people in the room undoubtedly with different ideas, and just to be relaxed about that and let the conversation flow where it needs to flow. The final rule, whoever turns up are the right people. Again, it's just a little reminder for people that sometimes you raise something for a session and you really hope 4 or 5 people are going to come because you've been trying to talk to them about this for ages and they choose to go somewhere else. Don't worry about that. Just recognise and celebrate the fact that the people who do come to your session really want to be there. They've prioritised your session over everything else. Final thing is there's a law of 2 feet. What this means is if you're neither learning or contributing in a session, then politely stand up and walk out the room. No one's going to mind. Just use your time wisely. The more you can do that, the more collectively we'll have a successful day. The final thing to say, all the reports on the feedback wall will be compiled into an event report and given out to everybody pretty quickly after the event's finished, so we've all got a record of our work together today. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.